Get ready to meet 6 genius inventors who dared to shake things up but faced a steep price. When trailblazers take on industry giants, it's not always a fair fight, and sadly, some have lost their lives in the process. Their groundbreaking ideas, left collecting dust forever. Let's dive into their stories, starting with Tom Ogle, who in the late 70s rocked the automotive scene with a revolutionary fuel efficiency system that was about to change the game for cars everywhere in El Paso. Let's take a closer look at Tom Ogle's game-changing invention that could have been a lifesaver during the US fuel crisis. Ogle didn't reinvent the wheel, but his vaporized fuel system was a total game-changer, enabling cars to cruise an astonishing 200 miles on just 2 gallons of gas. Now, for those who don't know, most regular cars rely on carburetors and fuel pumps. Liquid fuel gets pumped into the engine's combustion chambers where it gets burned, powering up the car. Ogle's innovation was different. He turned fuel into vapor, making his system super efficient. So, how did Tom Ogle's ingenious invention actually work? He ditched the traditional carburetor and fuel pump setup and replaced it with an easy-to-understand black box filter. Instead of using liquid gasoline, he vaporized it and directly injected the vapor into the combustion chambers. This straightforward fix might sound too good to be true, but trust us, it was a total breakthrough. In 1977, Ogle decided to put his innovative idea to the ultimate test. He installed the system in a 1970 Ford Galaxy with a powerful V8 engine and a 3-gallon tank. Fast forward to the moment of truth, Ogle's revolutionary system was put to the ultimate test. He took that 1970 Ford Galaxy for a spin, clocking an impressive 100 miles on just 4 gallons of gas. Now, you might wonder what kind of mileage he could have achieved in a smaller, lighter vehicle. Unfortunately, we'll never know, because Tom Ogle's life took a tragic turn at the age of 24. His story ends abruptly, and you're probably dying to know what led to his untimely demise. But here's a twist. Tom Ogle didn't just stop at a prototype, he filed for a patent and lined up investors, all while receiving a jaw-dropping $125 million offer for the rights to his game-changing invention. Now, you might expect him to cash in on that life-changing sum, but not Ogle. He was committed to making his innovation accessible to everyone, ensuring people could save money and reduce their carbon footprint. His selfless vision fell apart, though, when his life suddenly came to an end. And the mystery only deepened. Those close to him refused to accept it as a simple accident or suicide. Meet Royal Raymond Rife, a name that's sure to spark curiosity. This medical genius left an indelible mark on science, causing quite the stir in the world of medicine. His trailblazing work and incredible inventions have been talked about for decades, alongside those of another legendary mind, Nikola Tesla, who was undoubtedly a visionary ahead of his time. While both were trailblazers, Rife's story is particularly intriguing. It's filled with mystery, controversy, and a legacy that still hasn't fully faded away. Get ready for the story of Royal Raymond Rife, the medical wizard who dared to think outside the box. In the Roaring '20s, he unveiled his groundbreaking invention, a device capable of harnessing the power of super low-energy waves or radio-frequency electromagnetic fields. This revolutionary technology was rooted in an extraordinary concept. Every disease, including cancer, sends out its own unique signal, and all it takes is tuning into that frequency to find the cure. Rife's dream machine used this principle to target bacteria at their very core by vibrating their cells with precise resonance. But little did he know, his audacious approach would soon face a harsh reality, one that echoes the story of another visionary, Nikola Tesla, and a fight against greed that would change the course of history. Here's the scoop. Royal Raymond Rife was so convinced his invention could conquer cancer that he boldly claimed it could pinpoint and eliminate cancer cells while leaving healthy tissue untouched. After rigorous testing, he proudly presented astonishing success rates, suggesting his radio frequency device could be the real deal in curing this deadly disease. But just as things were looking promising, the American Medical Association stepped in with a resounding thumbs down on Rife's experiments. And to add fuel to the fire, the American Cancer Society chimed in with research that seemed to debunk Rife's claims. They discovered sound waves could shatter glass, but Rife's machine just didn't pack enough punch to wipe out bacteria. You'd think this would be the end of the story, but hold on to your seats. The medical establishment's grip on Rife's dream was only just beginning. Here's what happened next. Despite his incredible breakthrough, Reich faced some intense backlash. Clinics hawking machines inspired by his work got slammed with fraud charges and convictions. You can only imagine how tough it must have been for Reich to watch his life's masterpiece get discredited like that. To make matters worse, a fire ravaged his lab in the 1950s, wiping out all his records, machines, and research. Talk about devastating. As Reich slipped into solitude, his remarkable invention remained largely unappreciated. Now, let's shift gears to another trailblazing thinker who dared to dream big. Meet Wilhelm Reich, an Austrian psychiatrist with a mind-bending idea for controlling the weather. Enter the infamous cloudbuster. Get ready for some wild weather wizardry. Wilhelm Reich, an Austrian psychiatrist with a knack for the unconventional, claimed his cloudbuster could tame the sky's eve, and he wasn't just blowing hot air. This wacky device was allegedly designed to harness orgone energy, a mystical cosmic force that supposedly holds clouds together. Think of it as China's qi, but on a much grander scale. Reich believed his invention could either conjure up rain or banish it, making him the ultimate weather controller. The cloudbuster itself looked straight out of a sci-fi flick. Imagine hollow tubes pointing skyward, connected to a water source for good measure. When Reich put this bizarre device to the test in 1952, reports from back then suggested that it actually worked like a charm. But was his wild weather wonder just smoke and mirrors, or something more? Reich's weather wizardry reached new heights when blueberry farmers in Maine put out the call for help during a severe drought. They were willing to pay big bucks if he could conjure up some much-needed rain to save their crops, and Reich didn't let them down. After just 1 hour of operating his cloudbuster, the skies darkened, and the clouds burst into action, literally. The next day, it started pouring rain, and the farmers' blueberry dreams were saved. But was this a stroke of genius or pure coincidence? Was Reich really tapping into some otherworldly orgone energy? Or did Mother Nature just decide to show off her own magic that day? So, did Reich's cloudbuster really bring on the rain, or was it just a lucky break? Reich believed that his invention harnessed orgone energy, a powerful force he thought flowed through all living things. But here's the thing, this energy wasn't just for weather control. Reich claimed it could even fight diseases like cancer. Now, his ideas about sex and energy might seem weird today, but his creations definitely worked, at least some of the time. The problem was that not everyone was as impressed as those blueberry farmers. Powerful forces, including the FDA, saw Reich's success as a threat and took drastic action to shut him down, literally destroying his equipment and writings related to orgone energy. You know those stories where genius inventors change the game, only to get shut down or forgotten. It's like that for Reich, and now, let's talk about Valerian Abakovsky, another trailblazer who dared to challenge the norm. In 1917, he created a revolutionary vehicle called the Aero Wagon. Imagine a train with an airplane engine and propeller. This high-speed rail car was truly ahead of its time, but what happened next? It vanished into obscurity, leaving behind only whispers about this bold innovation. Let's dive deeper to uncover why Abakovsky's invention didn't get the recognition it deserved. Get ready for a blast from history. Imagine a hybrid vehicle that combines an old-school horse-drawn wagon with a high-tech airplane engine. That's exactly what Valerian Abakovsky came up with in 1917, creating the incredible Aero Wagon. This game-changing rail car was designed to revolutionize travel between Moscow and Tula, where speed was crucial. We're talking up to 140 kilometers per hour, folks. But, as we often see with groundbreaking inventions, ambition can sometimes outpace reality. Abakovsky's design took a few too many risks, pushing the wagon beyond its limits and ultimately leading to some major setbacks. Let's find out what happened next and why this pioneering invention got lost in time. On July 24, 1921, history took a tragic turn as Valerian Abakovsky's ambitious Aero Wagon project came to a heartbreaking end. This innovative rail car had been the engineer's dream, a high-speed marvel that combined the best of aviation and railway technology. With its sleek design and airplane engine, it was poised to shake up the industry by ditching traditional steam locomotives and fossil fuels. But during a fateful trip from Tula to Moscow, the Aero wagon derailed at incredible speed, claiming 7 lives, including Abakovsky's. Out of 20, 2 passengers on board. This devastating accident silenced the youthful inventor and his vision for revolutionizing rail travel, leaving behind an unsung legacy that deserves recognition. Don't forget to hit that like button below if you found Valerian Abakovsky's story fascinating. Your support keeps us going, so thank you. If you're new here, consider subscribing to our channel for a constant stream of engaging and educational content. We've got more incredible tales